Welcome to the 14th edition of the Make Pro Wrestling Majestic Again. I caught myself.
That's good.
I am Tiger Height.
And I, not only am I Peanut Gallery, and not only am I the Majestic Champion of the world still, but I'm also the person who came up with the theme for this week's Make Pro Wrestling Majestic Again. It is called Where the Hell Have You Been?
Right. So, before we get into it, I want to make something at least somewhat clear. This is the 14th episode of this show. This is a new channel because New Japan's little bot totally fucked us over. I submitted the counter notification, and if they take us to court, we're going to win. So, New Japan, try it. You know you'll lose, so don't even bother. Bring back our channel, we'll be fine.
You can't see me.
Right? Anyway, so let's talk about Slammiversary and a company that actually knows what the fuck fair use is.
Mick.
So, this show was fucking awesome, and unlike Money in the Bank, the stream ran correctly.
Oh!
So, let's talk about our first match, which was... Where is it? Holy crap, I am so not prepared. Everything just happened all at the same time, and I did not have any time to prepare for this, so keep in mind that.
You know what? If you wanted, I could have stayed upstairs for a little bit longer.
There we go. Okay, so let's start with the pre-show match at the very least. So we have Fire and Flava defending the Knockouts Tag Team Champions against Havok and Rosemary.
It's great to have fans back in the stands. Impact took it long enough.
I know. They were just being weird about it.
Hey.
And as long as they got there. But the match itself, this match was... I'm sorry. It was kind of lame.
It wasn't the greatest match, but hey... Fans back.
They were super hot for for everything that they were doing. I mean, it could have been pretty much the most dog shit match.
Havok and Rosemary winning, whatever.
Yes, Havok and Rosemary won. Well, at least I was one up at this point, so I'm at least happy about that.
Oh, we did two audits because Mothership was doing the predictions with us. We had to do two audits. And two independent audits verified that I won by one.
It was tied, but something was wrong because Peanut Gallery does not know how to keep records. So, because he was giving himself, I guess, not enough credit?
I wasn't. No, I should have given myself more credit.
I think the problem was he thought that he did not choose Deonna Purrazzo to win for some unknown reason.
I was so honest that it actually was dishonest.
I don't think that exists. But anyway, there was literally nothing memorable about this match.
No.
It was kind of a slog. It was a little bit boring.
It was, but the pre-show match...
Right, it was a pre-show match, but the people were so into it, it felt a little more special than what it was. Decay was out there. I guess now, apparently, Havok is a part of Decay, which I did not.
Right, so pro tip here, don't eat bats in Wuhan, okay? Pro tip.
Pro tip, that's not where they came from. Anyway, so when we come back, we're going to go to our next match. All right, so we're not only going to make Impact Wrestling and Slammiversary Majestic again, but we're going to make Pro Wrestling Majestic again, Impact Wrestling, Peanut Gallery. Let's talk about the opening match. Fire and Flava, Havok and Rosemary. What do you got? How are you going to make this majestic again?
Let's talk about the fact that NWA is bringing back the women's tag team champions.
They never had a women's tag team champions.
They did back in the 70s.
No, they did not.
They did.
They did not.
The NWA did, yes.
No, they did not.
They did.
They did not.
It actually was transferred to the WWF.
Yeah, but it was not... They were... You know what? I'm not going to argue.
They were the NWA Women's Tag Team Champions.
Nope.
They were in existence until like 1979. You really want to at me with this, brah?
Wrong. Actually, I don't know. Today's just been one of those
days
why
don't
where I'm
you
not
look it
having
up?
it.
Because
I'm not going to sit here and bitch about it. You should have had your shit down here. It's upstairs.
Well, I don't need to have my shit down here anyways.
So anyway, this match, it was exactly where it needed to be on the pre-show. I don't know what you can do. I feel like them bringing back these titles was a mistake. I'm sorry. They do not have enough people to go for these titles.
Yeah.
Now, maybe with the inclusion of the NWA Women's Tag Team Champions, maybe. But at the same time, how are you going to do that? You're going to have another Women's Tag Team Champions where... Just have a women's tag team champions that span between AEW, Impact Wrestling, NWA, AAA, all of these different places instead of the knockouts. In the NWA, you're going to oversaturate the market, and they're already doing that.
I don't think so. But anyways,
I'm sorry. These are my personal opinions, so people don't bitch. Anyway, I had somebody saying that our representation, saying that Jonathan Gresham being the best representative of the pure division was a mistake, but it's like, it's an opinion. This is an opinion. Unfortunately, our opinions are right. Anyway.
let's talk about where our opinions should have been right.
Omega should have lost this belt.
If he is as injured as he claims to be, he should have dropped the belt to fucking Sami fucking Callihan.
He is not finessing as he usually does. He is trying his best, but you can tell
Kenny Omega needs some time to heal.
Give him like 6 months. The wrestling industry will be fine without him. I understand. They're trying their best to compete with WWE because of Reigns. I get it. But at the same time,
you've already competed with the WWE and you're doing fantastic.
Omega's back is injured. His knees are injured. If you continue,
you want him to walk out on a stretcher and have him vacate all the titles? I'd rather not.
Right. And, we had this same thing. So we actually talked about this earlier about McGregor's hyperextension in his legs. You're going to have another situation like this if you continue it.
Unless Omega's injuries are not as bad as what I've heard. Unless they're not that bad.
He's doing stem cell therapy, and he's saying he's feeling better, but at the same time, it's still not his finesse. He needs a rest. And him dropping this belt right now at Slammiversary to somebody who has defined Impact Wrestling for the last, 4 years?
Sami Callihan is one of the best characters in the history of wrestling.
If you wanted me to be personally speaking, it should have been Moose too.
It should have been Moose.
It should have been Moose. But if given the same circumstances, Callihan should have been the guy.
Oh, yeah.
Because then Omega did not lose in a pure wrestling match. He lost in a no DQ match. So Callihan would have had the belt. Omega could have taken the rest from that fucking schedule, being their world title holder.
Right.
I mean, we're doing this not saying against, because at some point,
Kenny Omega is,
at some point in time, a person's health takes precedence over business.
Right.
And that right now, that's what's going on here. I mean, it is. I'm sorry.
Right, it is.
Anyway, I can't do anything about this. They built
There's
this
nothing.
perfectly.
This is a perfect.
They built
It was a
this
great way.
perfectly.
It was a great way to establish new rivals for the division as well.
They had a 5-way match where it ended in a draw, where all of them had they had all of the same credibility to go for this title, and they did it great. Perfect placement of the match. Perfect timing of pretty much everything. Yep. There were some fuck ups with Ace Austin and I think it was Chris Bay with the cutter. That one was a little fucked up, but I'll give some. That's obviously just like one itty bitty mistake in a match that was very good. Everybody looked awesome in this match. Crowd was hot for it. I can't really say anything bad about it.
No.
Josh Alexander, I think. Here's my thing. Josh Alexander, I believe, has gone away from the North as a team. He has come into his own.
He has come into his own. Absolutely.
Yep. Okay, this one was kind of weird for me. Once again, I was going to bitch about this, so I'm going to now. They are doing Moose dirty right now.
Oh God, yes.
The thing is,
what if this is Moose saying in the future that he becomes the mega heel because he knows that he's being screwed?
Maybe, but at the same time, okay, I like Chris Sabin. I really do.
I do too.
And honestly, with this win, he is the next logical contender for Bound for Glory.
Chris Sabin deserves
and especially
a world title match.
Especially a TNA original like Sabin.
He's not going to get it at Bound for Glory.
I think he should.
He's not going to.
I wish he would.
It's not going to happen.
Of anybody to go for the Impact World Champion Bound for Glory, Chris Sabin is the most logical choice right now.
But it's not going to happen.
Unfortunately, it probably
It's going to be an Impact Plus special.
If you want this shit
just like the Jay White. The Jay White match is going to happen on
Impact,
the 31st.
Right, Impact Wrestling, if you want this shit to be majestic again, you're going to put Chris Sabin in for the world title of Bound for Glory. You're not going to use this bullshit Impact Plus bullshit. Because you know and I know nobody watches it. Anyway.
That's true. I don't watch it.
Right. If you want to do something with Omega and White, great. Book that for the Impact Plus because they will get more subscriptions.
And if you want us to watch it, we're more than happy to take your Patreon money.
We'll take Patreon money, or if Impact Wrestling wants to hire us for some common sense fucking wrestling, just let us fucking know.
Right.
We're not racist like Cornette. Anyway.
Or like, D'Lo Brown's not racist, but...
D'Lo Brown's awesome. What are you talking about?
D'Lo Brown is the bee's knees.
Right. He's the bee's knees to the knees. Anyway. Nation of Domination. Anyway, the match itself was fine. I thought it told a good story, but at the same time, Chris Sabin winning, I just feel like with Moose, they're really devaluing him.
All right,
here we go.
I was kind of disappointed. I was. Here's the thing. Let's talk about this in general.
I like Thunder Rosa. Don't get me wrong. So number 1, she follows me on Twitter. Number 2, I think she's really hot. Number 3. I think if they maybe had a little more of a teaser, I would have cared, but at the same time,
So I will counter that by saying that, yes, that's awesome. Yes, she is yummy as Candyland. Number 3, I'm kind of, I don't know if I'm disappointed by...
I'm taking away your wine.
I don't know if I'm disappointed by the fact that Tiger Hyde just took away my wine, or if I'm disappointed by the fact that... Did you feel like the debuts were a little underwhelming compared to last year?
I will say there is that, because they weren't as obvious.
So who did we get for debuts? We got Chelsea Green.
Right.
We have Aiden English.
Yes, Aiden English. So that was the other thing. They had the Drama King, Welcome Back the King, but it had drama on the top. I'm like, that's Aiden English.
Obviously, you have No Way, who was No Way Jose in WWE.
That one was cool. I will say a lot of these surprises were more surprising, but at the same time, we kind of know who was going to win. So I feel like the surprises were like, who cares?
I mean, it's kind of a double-edged sword for me. And I think this
also,
is a good...
Okay, with this one especially, you had Thunder Rosa wrestling the match, but then immediately after, you had Mickie James. Thunder Rosa has never wrestled in this company, ever.
Right.
This was supposed to be Mickie James.
It was.
Because Mickie James is a former Knockouts champion.
Yep.
She's already wrestled here. Thunder Rosa has never been exposed to this audience.
And you know why?
Oh, they're all the same. No, there is a difference between Impact, AEW, and NWA.
You know why? Because Mickie James is still under 90-day.
I'm aware of this, but she still did appear. She still did a move. Do you think that still combats that?
No.
No? All right.
No, because Mickie James' contract specifically stated that she can make appearances for the company, but she cannot compete.
I see how this rolls.
So if Mickie James was allowed to compete, she would have competed.
Do you know when her 90-day is up, by the way?
Oh, God. When was she released? Like sometime in May?
I think so.
So it'll be sometime in August.
So here's the thing. She is not going to be competing at Empower.
No, because she's producing that.
But she is competing at the 73rd anniversary show. Like, that's already confirmed.
I see some Mickie James versus Deonna Purrazzo for double gold, because Deonna Purrazzo is going to win double gold at fucking Triple Mania.
You forgot what the name of that brand was.
For about 3 seconds, I forgot.
I just kind of know when Peanut Gallery's like, his cranks had like stopped working entirely. But anyway, I did like the match. I feel like it was a little overwhelming because then you had Mickie James come out and that kind of devalued like the thing of Thunder Rosa being on this show. Okay. Number 1, I thought them adding No Way to this match was a very good idea.
His name was No Way.
I said No Way.
I know.
I did not say No Way.
It's okay. It's okay. You don't have to say No Way. H.
J.
Whatever.
Apparently, Peanut Gallery does not know how to spell. This one, so I like the build-up. I thought they did an okay-ish job with the build-up. Number one, I feel like they probably should have told what was going on with TJP because a lot of people were more concerned about it. And it's like, oh, that's an invasion of privacy. Yeah, but people are more so of like, we just want to make sure that he's okay. Because why? If he was just taken off because he was taken off, that's stupid.
Right.
It's like, okay, for a surprise, that's retarded. If you could have done that so much better.
Right.
I mean, if you were going to do that, something like that, I would have said, oh, Violent by Design attacks TJP during the pre-show. He's taken out of the match. Fallah Bahh has to find a new person.
Right.
That would have been a much better thing than TJP is just mysteriously gone 2 days before the event, worrying everybody.
Right.
And then doing this because he did have a match a couple of days ago with MLW.
Right.
So why was he taken off of this? A lot of people are concerned about that. So I thought that, I mean, it was kind of a cluster, but at the same time, Spot Fest tag team, whatever. It was fine.
Right.
I liked it. There wasn't really much I could have changed other than that, to be honest with you. I thought they did an okay job with this. This was awesome.
It was a good match.
I think this really established Morrissey as like the next big guy.
Oh, yeah.
To take out the heart and soul of Impact Wrestling, despite them having Chris Sabin, whatever, it's fine. Or James Storm, whatever, it's fine. It's not like they're originals or anything. Or Eric Young, oh, whatever, it's fine.
It's fine.
Anyway,
Eddie Edwards, he's the proverbial loser, so we'll just keep it at that.
He's like your nice little workhorse that just continues to lose, looks like a total asshole. I don't know why this guy's popular. He's just, I don't know. He's Eddie Edwards. He's a good wrestler,
right?
But he just never felt uber special to me.
He has the charisma of a pin.
He really does. Now, him as a heel, I like heel Eddie Edwards.
Oh, yeah.
Like crazy Eddie Edwards is awesome. But then he turned babyface, and he's kind of lame.
No one cares about him.
Right.
Exactly.
Morrissey has charisma up the ass now.
Right. It's tall Edge.
Right.
Jesus. He looks like Edge.
He looks like Edge, but he works awesome. Really plays to that. He is explosive and fast.
Yep.
His promos are excellent. He looks physically amazing. And, I mean, honestly, if I was going to sign anybody and build a company around him, Morrissey would make pro wrestling majestic again.
Right. Anyways, let's move on to the next match because I feel like we're saying we're welcome.
Nope. Okay.
Myers, Dashwood. So it was all about Myers.
Why? What? I don't understand the point. I literally
It was
did not
all about
understand
Myers
the point.
and Cardona. That's it. That's all it was.
There was no point of Dashwood and Chelsea Green to be in there other than to have Chelsea Green in there. That was it.
That was pretty much it. Yep. This match was not making pro wrestling majestic again.
Not at all. Zero.
But you're gonna have Myers and Cardona.
If you wanted something really cool with this, with the heated rivalry with Cardona and Myers, because they have a great rivalry. I would have done something cool like Falls Count Anywhere, hardcore, unsanctioned fight. That's what I would have done.
They're saving that for Bound for Glory. So
awesome. So I think that's actually it. So that's how you fucking make this shit majestic again. So when we come back, Peanut Gallery, we're gonna have an open-ended discussion about the King of the Mountain match.
we are.